of Earth. These people. I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their lives.
Bro, what the fuck is happening at DC right now? So I'm pretty certain you all know that James Gunn and Peter Safran recently became the head of DC Films, which means they're basically the architects, and they get to pick and construct a universe going forward. Now that was a couple months back, but recently over the past week, there's been random news and rumors just dropping out of nowhere. Some of it not true, but some of it is. You know, shit like Matt Reeves' Batman movie will be the new template or blueprint for the DC universe going forward, but then it turns out that wasn't true. Then there's a random rumor that Jason Mommoa is going to stop being Aquaman and start being Lobo because he looks like the character or something. And apparently Patty Jenkins left the Wonder Woman 3 project. Honestly, so much shit was happening that I decided to just ignore it. And that's when I made my community post saying that I'm tired of cape shit, I'm gonna go watch some anime for a while. This post was clearly hyperbolic. I'm not gonna completely stop talking about superhero comic book shit. I mean, for example, inspect videos on the following films.
Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smokes. Oh, you wanna choke? Let's smoke.
But when it came to like the current DC news, I was opting out just to ignore it because a lot of it seemed to be just rumors with only a few things actually being concrete. And really I wanted to wait to see what exactly they're doing for their next slate of DC movies. But of course, right after I made that damn post, the news broke that Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Superman. Again. Bro, he just came back not even 2 months ago. He made a post on social media and he appeared in Black Adam and everything. I guess you can add him to the team of post-credit scenes that will never be followed up on. But anyway, Henry Cavill put out a post confirming that, yeah, he's not going to be Superman anymore again. He had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and they're going to move forward without him. Now, the reason for this is because James Gunn is writing the Superman movie, and the focus is going to be on a younger Superman. And because of that decision, Henry Cavill can't play him. But yet, it's not an origin film. So my guess is they're going to be doing the Matt Reeves Batman thing, where it's not exactly an origin movie, but it's still the earlier years of the character. And that just kind of fucking sucks. I feel like Henry Cavill really never had that much time to shine as Superman. We've been waiting almost a decade for his second solo movie, but obviously that's not going to happen now. You know, I love BVS, I love that story, love the direction, and I love Zack Snyder's Justice League, but fans just wanted a Man of Steel 2 for the longest time. The dude is almost perfect casting, and he loves the character. So imagine being told twice now over the last 5 years that, yeah, you're the character, psych, not anymore. Although he's gonna be in a Warhammer 40k movie, so I think he'll be alright. Well, since he seems to have a freed up schedule, let's get him into a James Bond role now, shall we? Or in a Sherlock Holmes movie where he's not a fucking background character. Yeah, so this news kind of sucks because we just got him back, and a lot of people just aren't taking this news that well. If you look on Twitter under James Gunn's post about it, there's a lot of unhappy fans, with several saying they're just out of DC completely now. So people either seem to really like or completely hate this decision, with most leaning towards the latter. Although one bright spot was seeing new rock stars get ratioed in replies. That's fucking hilarious. Well, I guess the plus side is Matt Reeves the Batman isn't going to be like the foundation of the new universe. So now people are wondering, are these new DC films connected? Do they even matter? If the DCEU is gone and now it's like the DCU, then what happens with Shazam and Aquaman 2 or the Blue Beetle movie? Is this like its own contained universe like the Batman? Or is this going to be the new focal point for the universe going forward? Which means, is James Gunn's own The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker show even canon anymore? Or what about Black Adam? That just came out and that's clearly connected to the current DCEU. You know what, if I had to guess, I think that Flash movie is going to create all these different multiverses and universes where all these different characters are going to exist. Then after Aquaman 2 and Shazam release, they're just going to shift their focus on James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC films instead. And that'll be like the mainline stuff. And then of course the Joker film is going to exist in its own universe, along with Matt Reeves the Batman world that he's building. It almost seems like we're going to have like 3 or 4 different universes going on at the same time, at least for the time being. And then they're going to concentrate all their attention on just James Gunn's movies going forward. And so I think this brings us to the obvious conclusion that the Snyderverse just isn't happening anymore. But I guess that should have been obvious considering that Zack Snyder has like, what, 5 different projects happening over at Netflix right now. All of it's set to release within the next like 2 to 3 years. So realistically, I don't even think he would have time to really focus all his attention on DC stuff. And it seems the plan is to eventually ditch the current DCEU to focus on James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC universe. So there might not be a place for Snyder at all. But real talk, how funny would it be if he came back during James Gunn DC era just to direct one movie? One can hope, but I'm not going to hope that much. Although Gunn said that he is talking to Ben Affleck to see if they can get him to direct a project. It won't be the new Superman movie, but they're trying to find something for him, which is kind of awesome because Ben Affleck is actually a really underrated director, and he really needs to direct more things. Seriously, The Town and Argo are just goated. Oh, and Patty Jenkins put out a statement explaining basically what happened and why she's leaving the Wonder Woman 3 project. Now, I'm not reading all that, but it basically just boils down to some creative decisions and them not liking the script and direction that she wanted to go in. So she decided to bounce. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with that Wonder Woman 3 movie. Now, that's the bulk of it, and I'm pretty sure there's more rumors and news that I didn't even talk about here. But let's be real here. Henry Cavill not as Superman is probably the biggest news, and probably the only one really worth talking about. So where do I stand on all this? I'm not going to lie and say that I'm excited because I'm not. If anything, it's just more so frustrating. Over the past like 5 or 6 years, we've been watching DC just like scramble to try to figure shit out. And it seems like they didn't have a clue what to do for the longest time. But it seems now they're committed to actually having a plan, and the plan might upset most people. So all we really can do is just wait and see how it goes. I guess I probably should clarify that I don't mind James Gunn as a writer or director. He's made some really good films like Guardians 1 and 2, and he's been involved in several different movies that I do enjoy. I just personally don't see him as the comic book movie messiah that everyone seems to think he is. When it comes to action and visuals, I think he does a pretty good job, although his humor personally is hit or miss for me. Didn't care for most of it in the Suicide Squad, but I found his Guardians of the Galaxy films to be pretty funny. So my lack of excitement for the future of his slate of DC films has nothing to do with him. I don't have a personal vendetta against him because I think he's a pretty good filmmaker. I'm not going to make some grand statement like, I'm not watching any Warner Brothers or DC projects ever again, because that's just fucking stupid to say. No, I'm just not going to hold my breath. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I mean, what else can you really do at this point? I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's pretty damn rough trying to be a comic book fan in the modern era. DC doesn't really know what they're doing, and the MCU got mid as fuck over the last like 4 or 5 years, with only a few bright spots. Like, I'm not going to lie, I've been pretty burnt out on this shit for a while now, and I'm pretty certain those of you who have viewed my channel regularly will see that I haven't really been covering like new release comic book movies. Didn't see Black Panther 2 because I had no desire to, and I tried watching Thor Love and Thunder on Disney Plus just so I can at least get a video out, and I turned that shit off halfway through. It's literally in my best interest to watch that movie and talk about it, but I decided against it. And now with the current news that Henry Cavill isn't Superman anymore, and they have a whole new different direction and slate of movies they're going to do in the future, I think it's best to take a break from current comic book movies for a while. I mean, outside of like the new Spider-Verse movie, not really looking forward to much of anything. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 looks pretty good, I guess, but I'm probably not going to see it in theaters. I think I'm in need of a much needed break from whatever the fuck comic book movies are putting out these days. And I might disappoint some of you, but I'm not going to force myself to watch something that I'm not enjoying that much just so I can make a video on it. I'd rather talk about stuff that I have more interest in. That being said, keep your eyes out for some anime shit in the future. Yeah, I was partly serious about that. I've been watching a lot more anime recently because the shit's actually pretty entertaining. And then who knows, maybe Marvel and DC will put out some new content that really piques my interest. But yeah guys, I don't have anything else to add. It's just getting pretty wild at DC, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But it's pretty clear a hard reboot is in the near future, and we're just gonna have to see how that goes. But go ahead, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this whole situation. What are your thoughts on it? You excited? You upset? Leave a comment, let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, go and drop a like on it. And we'll give a nice big shout out to the channel members. You guys, I wouldn't replace you guys. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, click the join button down below to check out the perks. If they interest you, consider joining. Or not, it don't matter.
None of this matters.
I wanted to make it official that I am back as Superman.
No, you ain't.
You're not Superman, you know.
No, 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 no!
Faker, yeah, you know what? My life is fucking miserable. I hate my fucking life. I hate it. Yeah, I stream for rent money. I don't like streaming. I don't like any of the games I play. I play fucking depressed and fucking miserable. I don't sleep. I eat like shit. I have no friends.